got a very special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
Might know him as Penn Griffey.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Bryson Tiller is here.
Yeah, he outside.
Much love. Thank y'all.
Bryson, man, it is good to see you outside because, we ain't seen you outside in a minute. This was pre-pandemic.
Right. It's been a minute, like years, probably like 5, 6, something like that.
Yeah.
And so when they said that you was on the road, say less, we there.
Yeah,
we got to talk to him.
Thank y'all, man.
No doubt.
You was in the pandemic before the pandemic because you was in hiding. So.
Yeah, so I was telling somebody earlier, like, I've been in the crib, you know what I mean? As soon as they was like, yo, you got to stay in the crib, that's when I got a little bit anxious. I was like,
Wanted to control it.
Yeah.
It was his decision to stay in, not everybody else's. So welcome back outside, brother.
Yeah. You got the right song for it, too, the outside joint.
Absolutely.
And it's blazing in the clubs right now.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to hear it tonight. We're supposed to be doing something.
Okay.
All right.
Did people video that was real cool how you had Yin Yang Twins up in there?
I had to, man. I had to pay homage, you know what I'm saying? Can't do it without them.
I smell a remix coming featuring them, huh?
Who knows? We definitely talk about it.
I love it. So I'm probably the biggest fan in the room.
Oh,
let me have the fan moment
right,
first.
let me
Okay?
you know what I'm saying? The rest of the
You
day.
see what I'm saying? I'm probably the biggest one, right?
Because she been waiting.
I have. As soon as I knew you was coming, I said, let me clear my schedule.
Literally.
Right? No, but
That's
Anniversary probably is my favorite project.
Thank you. I
And I
appreciate
have
that.
to ask you personally, what is your favorite body of work that you've done thus far?
My favorite body of work that I've done thus far.
Come on, Penn Griffey. Yes.
I hate to say this. I hate to say it, but it's just like it's my new album.
Really?
I'm not even trying to promote it. I just legitimately feel like it's my best work.
That's what I'm
What's
talking about.
different in your opinion, your viewpoint, compared to anything else you put out?
Just the confidence level. Even when I made my first album, Trap Soul, I did have some confidence, you know what I mean? But like I was still young and just like happy to be here for the first time. Just like, man, this is crazy. I can't believe I'm doing this, doing that, you know what I mean? But now I'm just kind of like, it's just solidified right now, excuse my language. But and I don't know, I'm just happy, confident, you know what I mean? And just I just know what it is.
Okay.
No doubt. Now, with your music, when I beef with my girl, right? I'll play a song and then she'll be apologizing at the end of the song. So, do you write on your own experience or like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So most of the songs be about what you went through?
Yeah, absolutely. Most of the time.
No doubt.
90% of the time, I'd say. Or 95. Sometimes a little exaggerated. You know how like when you see a biopic, like, certain things might not happen exactly like that, but
change the name a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
No doubt.
Not an alias. What is happening?
So I read somewhere at one point you was in a dark space, but now you're in a different total space. What was it that brought you to this new level of confidence and ready to be outside?
I gotta thank my angel above, my grandma. She passed in 2020, and I felt like she really I don't know. I just felt like she healed me. I felt like she tapped God on the shoulder and said, God, can you just heal my grandson? Because he's just been going through it for years. And then I just felt this change. And I started carrying that everywhere with me and just started moving that way, thinking it differently. And over time, my music just got better and better. Since then, since Anniversary. Anniversary is kind of like, I was telling somebody, it's kind of like my fresh out the hospital bed album because I was not making music. I didn't want to hear myself on anytime I got in the studio or anything I heard, I just didn't want to hear it.
Wow.
I hated the sound of my voice. And then after Anniversary, I kind of just started to pick up more and more and just like, all right, now, like I said, fresh out the hospital bed, I'm walking and now I feel like I'm running. I'm sprinting.
No doubt.
You didn't realize how big Don't and Exchange was. People love them songs.
Yeah, I definitely did not, especially at the time. During that time, I was kind of just like, I don't know, I was in it.
Yeah.
And they always say it's hard to see it when you're in it, you know what I mean? So that was me for sure.
Okay.
How is it that, I know you're very introverted.
Uh-huh.
How has it been now? Because we talked, you put yourself in isolation.
Right.
Pretty much before the pandemic became its own thing. But that was okay for most introverts. And then now being back outside in a space that's pretty much different and trying to make music and being around people again. How has it been for you in those types of situations?
I'm enjoying it. Even the process of making music has just been way different. I've got a new team of people around me. Just great energy. I'm working with writers. I've never worked with writers before.
Okay.
So that part's been done as well. That's been fun as well. It's just been a whole new experience, and I love it. And even going out to the clubs, now compared to when I was 22,
Right.
I used to never drink. I hated drinking. So whenever I was doing like all these after parties after my shows and whatnot, I used to see fans get mad and they used to send me DMs like, why even come to the club if you gonna be in there not smiling and happy and dancing around? And you know, I was so new to the club scene that I just didn't know what to do. I was in there with my pajamas on, ready to get back on the bus. Now, you know, when we outside, we have a drink, and I just be turned. I be having a good time. Don't get me wrong, some nights be like whatever, but like, you know, it's just a different environment, and I'm excited to hear my music in the club. I got songs that I feel like can play in the club now, and back then I used to hate hearing myself in the club. Like they play Don't, and I used to be like, please don't play this.
Please
like,
don't play it.
Please don't play
Don't play Don't.
Because nobody listens to that in the club. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
so I'm just like,
I beg to differ.
Okay.
No.
It depends.
All them ladies
It
be
depends.
singing
Like,
it
maybe
at
like
the
an
end of the
R&B
joint,
club or something.
No.
Or maybe
it
if it's
could
a
be
Jersey Club remix. You know, but
Nah, they can be lit, and at the end of the joint, I'll drop like Don't Know, exchange everybody singing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what about being like the media for you? Like, cause when I first interviewed you years ago, like it wasn't really big on like recording interviews, you know, for the visual part.
right.
To now where it's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
How was that for you?
I don't really care no more. You know?
Okay.
I'm kind of just moving. Like I was a little bit, like I said, back then I wasn't as confident, and I really I was just so new to it that I was just like, man, I'm new, I'm hot. I don't want to be everywhere, you know, just yet. Like, let me just kind of like figure this thing out, you know what I'm saying, and figure out how I want to, you know, move about. So, yeah.
So you're also a father.
Yeah, of two.
You have 2 daughters.
I do.
Now, of course,
Shout out to the girl dad crew.
they are the girl dad crew.
Let's
Oh,
go.
really? How many you got?
I have one. She's 4.
One? Oh, man, beautiful.
Yeah.
What about you?
I got 2.
2 girls?
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, now
Best.
having all of these fathers in here, what have your daughters taught you? What's the biggest lesson you've learned from your daughters, even at such a young age? Because you're still a young father. You're getting ready to go into a new decade of life in the next year. So, what have you learned so far about being a father, especially to girls?
You know, I used to be real overly critical of myself. I still am at times, you know what I mean? Like, when I look in the mirror, I'm critiquing myself and whatnot. I used to call myself ugly all the time. Like, oh, man, I'm ugly. And then I used to just be comfortable with calling myself that. But then I had to realize, like, yo, I got 2 daughters that look like me, so I can't be calling myself ugly. And I can't be sad about it if I am. You know what I mean? I got to just kind of live the way. And I don't know. I felt like with my daughters, I was like, man, what if they come to me crying one day? Like, Daddy, I feel ugly. Like, how can I even look them in the face and honestly tell them, like, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure that I'm confident and always have that confidence, you know, just so I can, like, instill that in them.
Yeah.
All right, being as though hip-hop and R&B are very similar nowadays, you got R&B songs that's passing for hip-hop songs nowadays. Do you consider yourself, because we know you got lyrics. We know, I done heard you rap before, and then I heard you sing. We know you can sing.
Yeah.
So do you consider yourself just a straight R&B artist, or you think you know that you're a hip-hop artist as well?
Well, R&B is my first love, 100%, but I just consider myself an artist. You know what I mean? Give me a blank canvas. Whatever I'm feeling that day, or whatever, if I hear a beat, if I hear some crazy trap drums or whatever, I'm just like, and I feel like rapping that day, maybe somebody might piss me off, like, or maybe I'm feeling, you know, better than whatever I'm feeling that day. You feeling myself? I might want to rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Then
Instant Mamba mentality.
and then there might be another day where I'm there's sometimes where I'm just like in an emotional state dealing with, you know, relationship stuff, and I still want to rap. You know what I'm saying? I might rap about it instead, like exchange. I like rap a lot on that song. It just really just depends on the beat. Yeah, I'm an artist.
Yeah, no doubt. Dope.
So music being your first love, I read somewhere that now you wanted to go back to school for game design and game programming.
Yeah, I do.
When did you realize you loved that as well?
That was my gaming's actually my first love.
Okay.
So music was something that came about like later in high school. I always was singing in church and whatnot, but like there was some kids in high school that heard that I could sing, so they was like, yo, come to my house and let's do a hook for my song. So I did that, and you know, I wasn't the most popular kid. I was quiet in school. So after I did that song, I was gaining like a little bit of popularity, and that shit felt good to me. I was like, oh, no, I think I want to do a couple more songs. You know what I mean? So I got in the studio and I put the controller down and games down a little bit, and I just fell in love with recording. It was like my new hobby. But you know, over the years, probably like the past 4 years, I really got back into gaming. And I always wanted to design my own games, which I am working on the game right now, which I'm really excited about.
Okay.
But yeah, so I want to go to school and just learn more and just.
So
yeah.
we choosing an HBCU, right? That's what we doing.
What?
You can go PWI.
No. We're gonna choose an age.
I don't know what either one of those things are.
Break it down.
We're gonna go to a historically black college and university. That's what you
okay.
said. That's what we'll talk about.
All right.
We'll talk about. I have my people call your people. So you mentioned that, especially coming from a church background. So I've come from a church background. I used to play drums for choirs and musicians and all of these different things.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to deal with church hurt? Because I started to deal with different secular music. Of course, you see all of these artists now getting pent up by ministers and prophets and evangelists. Have you ever had to deal with church hurt, especially?
What? I never heard that. Church hurt?
Really?
Nah, what is that?
So it's basically when you have false prophets that are casting against something because you're not doing gospel music. Like you come from the biblical or the religious background, right? Yeah. And then you sing in church, but now you're saying, I kind of want to make love songs. And they're like, no, love songs is against the Bible or whatever it is.
I used to be real nervous about that with my church because sometimes I'll go to my church and 20,000, 30,000 just to like pay, just give it to them so they can do whatever. And they would take it. And I used to be nervous because I was like, I made that money from
from doing
talking
that.
about that.
Right.
Yeah.
But they don't care. They love me. They appreciate me.
Well, they love
and they love that too. But they also they definitely love them tithes. But they also just like love me and they understand my heart and they know that my heart is pure. And they know that I'm just that's my artistic expression. However, my daughter did get turned away from a school in Louisville. Where the camera at? Right here? Yeah, I don't fuck with that school in Louisville just because it was a Christian school. And they just they turned her away just because, maybe at the time I had Wild Thoughts on the radio and that song, Wild Thoughts talking reckless.
Running me dry.
Yeah, exactly.
joint.
They was like, oh, we can't accept your daughter because we don't know what you have her around.
Wow.
And I'm just like, what could I possibly have my daughter around? You know what I'm saying? Like my daughter looks at me like I'm Superman. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no crazy shit going on around here.
Yeah.
In fact, my daughter lives a very Disney life. If anything, now it's just the world is kind of getting in and creeping in and it's getting a little crazy now. But that's probably the only time I've experienced like that type of.
Wow, that's interesting.
Sucks.
No doubt,
But
no doubt.
maybe she didn't belong there, so
No, she don't.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
they don't
They're
deserve
lost.
her.
Yeah.
They don't deserve her.
Yeah, because if she would've-
But that's what's going on around here. No.
No doubt. I'm always curious to know this. What do you like better, making a record or performing it?
Making it. Performing has probably been the most challenging part for me of my job because it's different. Like I've always been a studio rat. Like I love being in the studio. I love making songs and just I can do anything in the studio.
Okay.
And it's on my time. It's just like I could say one line and then say the next line and then 5 minutes later, say another line. So with the studio on stage, it's like. You don't get to go back. Ain't no do-overs on stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I enjoy it though. I always try to tell my fans like, if you come to my show, just we enjoying the music together, we party and don't expect like Beyonce or Usher on stage.
That's not you, huh?
It ain't me. You know what I mean? We just gonna have a good time and turn up.
So I can't remember what happened first, whether it was Diddy drop "Gotta Move On" first, or he started yelling "R&B is dead." And you're on "Gotta Move On."
I am.
So how did you feel about when he did start selling "R&B is dead" and you're an R&B singer and writer?
I wasn't mad at it.
Okay.
I wasn't mad at it because I felt like I'm actually glad that he said that because I feel like he just ignited something and just inspired, like whether it be the OGs in the game or whether it be like some new kid out there who nobody knows of. It's just like, man, you know what? I'm gonna be the person who brings R&B back to life. You know what I'm saying? And I can't wait to hear that kid's music, whoever that is, wherever you are.
No doubt.
Me too. You know what I mean? Everybody.
I'm
So
waiting.
we are.
I'm
So
ready.
I definitely feel like it just put a pressure on, not even a negative, but more so like we want to show improve, like everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody said hip hop is dead a while ago, and look at hip hop now. It's like the number one thing.
So it's like a call out, pretty much.
Yeah. I'm not mad at
It's
it.
under the grave, but.
There's some of all the people
You ain't the
that
only one.
I don't understand why so many people was getting offended. I mean, maybe it's because they was dropping albums around the same time, and then somebody said it, and it's just like, damn. Like, I can understand how, like, if I dropped the album and then the next day somebody said R&B's dead, man, it might be like, oh, man. I can get why they feel like that, but
and then y'all drop a banger.
Right.
Then turn around and drop a banger.
just accept the challenge. You know what I'm saying, and just get back in the studio, go hard.
Okay.
That's what I feel like people should do.
Okay, so you said new album outside, the visuals are out. What we doing in the next 3 to 5 years. Bryson Tiller is back outside. There's new music out.
We heard about the tour.
Visuals, tour.
I'm ready.
What's up?
I'm ready to get back on.
He started it up.
I'm ready to get back on the road, man. It's been I haven't toured since 2017, so I missed the stage.
Well, maybe you might be on the big game when Rihanna performed this year. Y'all might.
That'd be crazy
thought you
too.
never know.
Yeah, you never know. If she
you know,
she
I'll
called
be
me,
there.
I'm there.
Yeah.
Akil, I'll be there. Just letting you know.
Well, they say King B might go on tour next year. Also, she might call you.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Listen, wherever you go, we're definitely fans of your music. Definitely, especially when you drop something, it's like we listen. It's because of you having such a connection with timing, and it's like you have a social media like glass ball of something, and as soon as you put it in the song, it's like, yep, that's what I'm feeling right there. So we appreciate you for what you do, and we're glad to have you back.
Thank you.
Just don't disappear again, because we're gonna have to go find you this time.
Because you get some artists where it's oversaturation.
Yeah.
But you come out, you drop your stuff, and leave us wanting more. So that's how we can appreciate that. That's how we had to be here when he said, "You on the road, we're here."
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
100%. Okay, so we got to do it while he's here.
We have to.
Okay, so we play this game.
Uh-oh.
All right, and we can ready to test your knowledge. Let me down.
I got faith in him, man. I got faith in him.
Okay, so Kels, what we doing?
We're playing a game called Lyrically Correct.
Ooh, I'm so bad with lyrics.
Oh, God.
I'm like the melody guy. I'm not the lyric guy.
Well, this might actually be
These
okay.
are kind of easy, though.
Okay.
Yeah,
They're not too bad.
Okay.
What did Escape need from you?
Understanding.
See? Easy.
Ting, 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 ting.
1 point.
One
Next
point.
one. What time are the girls leaving Snoop's living room?
See.
Got some freaks in the living room getting it on, and
And
they ain't leaving till
6 in the morning.
See, there you go.
Is that the Holiday Inn remix, or is that a different song?
I think this is different.
That's
Maybe
Gin and
they
Juice.
like interpret
That's
it.
Gin and Juice.
Okay.
It's Gin and Juice? Okay.
Yeah.
Says the DJ. We can go by his
Yes,
word.
it is. If you don't know, we all do.
Where did Jagged Edge say to meet?
The altar.
Yes.
Okay.
The white dress.
I guess I am.
You said you don't go
I guess I
lyrics.
know.
Stop
Come
it.
on now.
I thought it was more like a finish the lyric type of thing.
No, I got those two if you want, but
Nah.
why does John Legend suggest that they take it slow?
Hold on, wait. Why does he suggest we should take it slow? God damn, what song is this? Maybe Lord, take
Yeah.
it
You there?
slow. Maybe we should take it slow. I don't know why. Why?
Because we're just ordinary
because
people.
we're ordinary
Yeah.
people. Oh, that's
I
why.
was stuck on that
He
because I
actually
think
said
you
it.
actually
He
said something
actually
before that.
said it.
You know what I'm saying?
He did the same thing.
I was a little stumped because I think he actually say something before
There
he
he
say
go.
take
Yeah.
it slow.
You ain't write the song, don't worry about it.
It's
Last
all
question.
good. We're going to Google after this. You're going to owe me $20.
Again.
Before you get out of here, what did Adina Howard say she got on?
But we
Don't
back.
crucify me, but I don't know who Adina Howard is.
Oh, we back.
Oh,
Really?
man. For
Who
real?
that? Who's that?
Well, she was in the 90s. So.
90s, yeah.
Yeah.
If I heard the song, I probably know it.
T-shirt
And
and
my
the panties on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knew that.
It's a flashback. It's a
He knew the
flashback.
melody.
Yep.
He said he was a
You
melody
guys
guy.
are fine. I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that.
Oh man! So before we get out of here, first of all, thanks for being here. Thank you for being back on the road. Thank you for bringing us new music, of course. You spoke about not having confidence and lacking confidence. Before we get out of here, talk about how you were able to get your confidence up. What are the steps that you took? We want to make sure that they hear it from Bryson Tiller himself. I went through this, and this is what I've done to get better.
I think reading helps. Reading definitely helps. Just find the right books. Get off social media for a little bit. Like, don't read too much on there. Like, don't compare yourself. Comparison is the thief of joy. Like, a lot of times people will go on social media and like compare themselves to just whatever they see and just be like, oh, but I don't have the, and it's just like every time, no matter how many times, whoever you compare yourself or what you compare yourself to, it will always take your joy away. So just don't do it. You know what I mean? Stay off social media. And man, write some affirmations down. Like I recently just started doing that maybe a couple years ago, but like I used to put when I was working on Anniversary, I just put "You are the truth" on the wall, and I just like every time I went to studio, I just read it, and I'm just like, I am the truth. I'm him. You know what I mean? So let me act like it. Let me be it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I love it. I love it. All right, well, of course, it's the AM Clique. Bryson Tiller, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, indeed. We appreciate you.